Previously, on Yaratumak Bible Stories. The men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Most High exceedingly. The Lord Ahayah said unto Abram, after Lot left, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou sayest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord Ahayah. Abram went with 318 men that night, and pursued these kings, and smote them, and they all fell before Abram and his men, and there was none remaining but the 4 kings who fled. And they went their separate ways. Abram recovered all the property of Sodom, and he also saved Lot with his belongings, his wives, and children, after he and his men passed the valley of Siddim, where the kings had made war together. Bera king of Sodom, and the rest of his men that were with him, went out from the lime pits into which they had fallen, to meet Abram and his men. Adonizedek king of Jerusalem, the same was Shem, went out with his men to meet Abram and his people, with bread and wine, and they remained together in the valley of Melech. Adonizedek blessed Abram, and Abram gave him 1/10 from all that he had brought from the spoil of his enemies, for Adonizedek was a priest before Ahayah our God. All the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah who were there, with their servants, approached Abram and begged him to return them their servants, and to take unto himself all the property. And Abram answered the kings of Sodom, saying, As the Most High Ahayah my God, who created heaven and earth, and who redeemed my soul from all affliction, and who delivered me this day from my enemies, and gave them into my hand, I will not take anything belonging to you, that you may not boast tomorrow, saying, Abram became rich from our property that he saved. The Most High Ahayah my God, in whom I trust, said unto me, Thou shalt lack nothing, for I will bless thee in all the works of thy hands. Now therefore behold, here is all belonging to you, take it, and go. As the Most High Ahayah liveth, I will not take from you from a living soul down to a shoe tie or thread, excepting the expense of the food of those who went out with me to battle. As also the portions of the men who went with me, Aner, Ashkal, and Mamre, they and their men, as well as those also who had remained to watch the baggage, they shall take their portion of the spoil. The kings of Sodom gave Abram according to all that he had said, and they pressed him to take whatever he chose, but he would not. And he sent away the kings of Sodom and the remainder of their men, and he gave them orders about Lot, and they went to their respective places. Lot returned to his home, to Sodom, and Abram and his people returned to their home to the plains of Mamre, which is in Hebron. The Most High Ahayah again appeared to Abram in Hebron, and he said to him, Do not fear, thy reward is very great before me, for I will not leave thee, until I shall have multiplied thee, and blessed thee, and made thy seed like the stars in heaven, which cannot be measured nor numbered. I will give unto thy seed all these lands that thou sayest with thine eyes, to them will I give them for an inheritance forever. Only be strong and do not fear, walk before me and be perfect. When Abram was 78 years old, Ru died, the son of Peleg. He lived for 239 years, and he died. Sarai, the daughter of Haran, Abram's wife, was still barren in those days. She did not bear to Abram either son or daughter. When she saw that she bare no children, she took her handmaid Hagar, whom Pharaoh had given her, and she gave her to Abram her husband for a wife. Hagar learned all the ways of Sarai as Sarai taught her. She was not in any way deficient in following her good ways. And Sarai said to Abram, Behold, here is my handmaid Hagar, go to her that she may bring forth upon my knees, that I may also obtain children through her. And at the end of 10 years of Abram's dwelling in the land of Canaan, which is the 85th year of Abram's life, Sarai gave Hagar unto him. And Abram hearkened to the voice of his wife Sarai, and he took his handmaid Hagar, and Abram came to her, and she conceived.